has finally snapped. Enough is enough. He has told friends he will strip Meghan Markle of the HRH title.
What if the royal family's most rebellious couple has finally been outmaneuvered by the very system they thought they could outsmart?
King Charles is turning a blind eye, but King William won't.
Right now, something historic is unfolding in London, so unprecedented that even Buckingham Palace seems to be holding its breath.
I did think it would happen. If Harry and Meghan are watching, they should be incredibly concerned, because if it's this simple to take away Prince Andrew's titles, one day it could be this easy to take away Harry and Meghan's titles.
For years, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have treated royal duty like a Netflix plot twist, dramatic when it grabs attention, forgotten when it doesn't. They swapped tiaras for talk shows, tradition for Hollywood glitz, and loyalty for lucrative production deals.
But wanting to exploit their royal titles, I think it stinks. Let them go off and be, celebrities, that's fine. But don't do it in the name of our royal family.
But it seems the spotlight they once chased has now become a searing interrogation lamp. According to insiders, the UK Parliament isn't just whispering about the Sussexes anymore, it's taking action.
Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and their children could be set to lose their royal titles.
Real lawmakers. Real legislation. And a very real threat to strip away the royal titles that keep the Duke and Duchess brand alive. The irony? This time, it's not the crown coming after them, it's democracy itself.
Prince William has in the past fortnight seized control of the British monarchy from a weak and dying King Charles, and that spells very bad news for Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Archie and Lily.
For a couple who once claimed they wanted freedom, this could be the most expensive taste of it yet. No palace perks, no royal protection, no your grace, just two former royals with a California zip code and a fading claim to royalty. But here's where it gets brutal. This isn't just revenge from the throne, it's Parliament stepping in to do what King Charles won't, draw a line. And once that line is crossed, there's no turning back. The question now isn't if they'll lose their titles, it's when.
So trust me, Harry and Meghan right now should be very afraid, because it is a matter of when, not if.
Imagine waking up one morning to find that the most powerful monarchy on earth has just been outplayed by its own parliament. That's exactly what's unfolding in Britain right now, a quiet storm brewing beneath Westminster's grand ceilings, where lawmakers are reportedly preparing to do the unthinkable, strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their royal titles. And the most shocking part? They might not even need the king's permission to do it. For centuries, Parliament never dared challenge royal privilege. It was sacred, untouchable, beyond politics. But now, the patience of the establishment has snapped, like a brittle teacup caught in the middle of a royal scandal.
Terrible news for Harry and Meghan here is that William can now take away everything, their titles, without an act of Parliament.
What began as whispers in back corridors has now become an open conversation. If you use your titles for profit while undermining the very institution they come from, why should you keep them? And that's the real twist. This isn't just palace drama or family squabbles anymore. This is constitutional vengeance wrapped in legal procedure. A growing faction of MPs is pushing a reform bill that could finally sever royal titles from those who treat them like brand merchandise. To them, the survival of the monarchy depends on drawing a line, and Harry and Meghan are standing squarely on it. Behind the polished speeches and careful deliberations, one question echoes through Parliament's halls. If two people can turn royal legacy into celebrity currency, what does royal even mean anymore? And perhaps most shocking of all is who inside the palace quietly supports this political uprising, and just how deep their fingerprints run.
The HRH is only given to working royals, senior members of the royal family, because it denotes a level of respect in the public, and also it's not a financial thing. Working royals do not profit, they do not use their names to make money. It's an honour to have an HRH.
The road to this political showdown didn't appear overnight. It's been paved by 4 chaotic, headline-chasing years that even Hollywood couldn't have scripted. What began as a royal love story quickly spiraled into a global soap opera. One explosive interview here, a tell-all memoir there, and suddenly the monarchy's family feuds were streaming in 4K. Every time the dust seemed to settle, Harry and Meghan found a new spark to ignite. From accusing the palace of emotional neglect to publicly challenging the very protocols that once gave them power, their saga became less about change and more about control. And while they claimed to be escaping royal suffocation, every documentary and podcast seemed to circle right back to the family name they supposedly left behind. Meanwhile, inside Westminster, patience had turned to exhaustion. Lawmakers watched centuries of royal dignity become fodder for late-night comedy. The tipping point wasn't just scandal fatigue, it was national embarrassment.
They are a danger, honestly. Take this lesson from what Fergie and Andrew have done over the past 3 decades and do not let history repeat.
To many in government, the monarchy is part of Britain's identity, not a marketing slogan. And the Sussex saga made that identity look fragile. So when murmurs began about stripping their titles, it wasn't about spite, it was about damage control. The public image of the crown had been stretched, mocked, and monetized, and Parliament decided enough was enough. But while politicians prepare their moves, one royal figure's quiet involvement could change everything. While Parliament debates in public, the real chess game may be unfolding behind palace walls, and the quietest player on the board is said to be Prince William himself. Forget the calm smiles and rehearsed royal charm. Insiders whisper that the future king has had enough. After years of headlines dragging the monarchy through the mud, William's patience reportedly cracked long before Parliament's did. Unlike his father, who still hopes for reconciliation, William is said to be treating this like a mission. He's building alliances, not with courtiers, but with lawmakers who share one goal: protect the crown at any cost. According to whispers in political circles, his influence has been far greater than anyone suspects: meetings by chance, off-the-record dinners, and a strategic silence that speaks louder than any public statement. To William, this isn't about revenge, it's about restoration.
Prince William knows that it's not just Andrew and Sarah need to be dealt with. It's Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lily too.
Every time his brother goes public with another revelation, the image of a steady future king takes another hit. But behind that calm exterior lies calculation: remove the distractions, clean the slate, and rebuild the monarchy's credibility before he inherits it. Yet there's a darker undertone. Some say this campaign is personal. Years of betrayal, private texts exposed, and family moments weaponized for profit have left scars. This bill may be William's way of ensuring those scars never define his reign. If Parliament moves forward, it won't just be a legal decision, it will be William's quiet victory. For Meghan Markle, this isn't merely a royal scandal, it's a brand crisis. Every magazine cover, luxury partnership, and media headline has revolved around one golden phrase: the Duchess of Sussex. It's not just a title, it's her trademark, her identity, her global calling card. Now, that title sits on a political chopping block, and the woman who once controlled the narrative may finally be losing control. Sources close to her circle describe panicked meetings in Montecito, with legal advisors, brand consultants, and PR strategists scrambling to rewrite her future. Without the Duchess title, the elegant royal mystique that sold her image to streaming giants and fashion houses begins to fade.
Like, Meghan, you have a very privileged life.
Yeah.
We all get it. You're beautiful. You married a prince, but that's literally all you've done to when it comes to your accomplishments.
Right.
She's built a billion-dollar persona around the illusion of modern royalty, relatable yet regal, outsider yet insider. Take away the title, and what's left? Just Meghan. And that doesn't sell the same way. Behind the curated smiles and motivational speeches, insiders whisper that tension is boiling. Deals tied to her royal identity could suddenly collapse. New ventures may lose their shine. Even her humanitarian brand, the one meant to transcend the monarchy, feels shaky without the royal gloss. To her critics, it's poetic justice. To her supporters, it's a witch hunt. But to Meghan herself, it's existential. For the first time, her crown isn't slipping, it's being taken. And the only person more desperate to stop it is Harry. Behind the polished PR statements and calm appearances, Insiders say Prince Harry is quietly panicking. The once rebellious royal who claimed he had found freedom now faces the possibility of losing the very title that made him matter on the global stage. According to multiple reports, he's not handling it well. Rumors suggest Harry has made a series of private calls, not through aides or representatives, but personally, reaching out to old palace contacts and even attempting to send messages to his father. One insider described him as emotionally cornered, realizing that without the title of Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, his influence in Hollywood could shrink dramatically. The book deals, interviews, and spotlight, all of it dims when he's just another celebrity with royal baggage.
Harry found out at the same moment as the public, and his reaction was instant dread. His stomach dropped. He thought titles were untouchable. Now he's not so sure.
What reportedly haunts him most isn't the money or the fame, it's the symbolism. Losing the title means losing the last tangible link to his mother's legacy, to the institution she challenged yet that shaped his entire life. For Harry, that's unbearable. Those close to him say he's torn between anger and guilt, anger at being punished for speaking out, and guilt for pushing things too far. But calls from California may be too late. Parliament isn't easily swayed by emotion. While Harry pleads for understanding, lawmakers are preparing to make history, and the consequences might not stop with him. They could reach his children next. As Harry and Meghan fight to keep their own titles, a far more delicate question looms in London: what happens to their children? Archie and Lilibet may be too young to grasp royal politics, yet their futures are already entangled in it. If Parliament pushes through this reform, the little prince and princess could lose their status before they're even old enough to understand what royal means. Traditionally, titles are passed down by bloodline, unchangeable, sacred. But this new proposal challenges that foundation. Some lawmakers argue that royal privilege should only apply to those who actively serve the monarchy, not those who profit from it. With the Sussex family rooted in California, critics claim the children's royal standing has become symbolic, not earned. It's a heartbreaking irony. Harry once said he left the UK to shield his children from the pressures of royal life. Yet now, that very choice could erase their royal heritage entirely. For Meghan, this is reportedly the most painful part of all. The idea that her children could grow up stripped of their birthright feels like the ultimate punishment.
Harry and Meghan take their audience for fools. They blame everybody but themselves. They present even the most incendiary of claims with no evidence. And sadly, the impact is real. The royal family is getting damaged. The monarchy is getting tarnished.
Behind palace gates, even sympathetic royals are reportedly uneasy. Stripping children of their titles crosses an invisible line, one that blurs family and institution. But make no mistake, if Parliament follows through, Archie and Lilibet's names could vanish from the royal website overnight. And that's when this family drama turns into royal history. In the corridors of Westminster, whispers have turned into strategy. The phrase circulating in government briefings is simple: one bill, one solution. A single sweeping piece of legislation could reset the monarchy's entire framework in one decisive strike. And at the top of that list? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Unlike royal protocol, which moves at the pace of tradition, this is politics, fast, ruthless, and irreversible once set in motion. Insiders describe the bill as a constitutional spring cleaning, designed to modernize royal privileges and, frankly, remove the royal freeloaders. It wouldn't just target Harry and Meghan, it could reclassify multiple royals whose titles no longer align with active service or national representation. Supporters call it accountability. Critics call it sacrilege. But for the lawmakers pushing it forward, this is about protecting the monarchy from itself, proving that even royal blood isn't above responsibility. What makes this moment extraordinary is that the monarchy might not even have the power to stop it. Parliament could, for the first time in modern history, overrule royal hesitation. And once that precedent is set, the entire definition of royalty could change forever.
Queen's husband was dying, and she went on Oprah and suggested one or both of them are raging racists. She couldn't have cared less. She doesn't care about anyone other than herself.
This isn't just a bill, it's a message. The monarchy serves the nation, not the other way around. And when you discover who's quietly championing this reform from the shadows, it becomes clear this might already be a done deal. For King Charles, this moment is nothing short of torment. On one side stands the crown, an institution he's waited his entire life to lead, now facing its greatest image crisis in decades. On the other stands his son, the boy who once clung to him at Diana's funeral, now the man threatening to unravel the family's legacy with every interview and confession. The weight of that contradiction is breaking him from the inside out. Sources close to the palace describe a monarch torn between emotion and duty. Charles reportedly fears that taking a hard stance will make him appear heartless, the cold king punishing his own son and daughter-in-law, a narrative tabloids would devour. Yet doing nothing risks allowing Parliament to define royal authority for the first time in modern history. For a man obsessed with preserving the monarchy's dignity, that is unthinkable. Behind palace gates, meetings stretch late into the night. Advisors urge caution, while others push for decisive action. Charles is caught in a moral storm: defend his family or defend the throne. He knows that no matter which path he chooses, someone will lose faith in him forever, and perhaps the cruelest truth of all? This isn't a battle he can win. Because whether Parliament acts or not, the monarchy's future, and his relationship with Harry, will never be the same.
Thanks to this historic decision by William, and listen to me, it was by William, not Charles, to strip Andrew of his princely titles and all vestiges of royal privilege.
But as Charles hesitates, the machinery of reform keeps moving. And just like that, the story of Harry and Meghan may be closing its final royal chapter. From wedding bells and palace balconies to lawsuits and political bills, their journey has transformed from fairy tale to cautionary tale. What began as a royal rebellion has now become a public reckoning. If Parliament follows through, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could soon become titles of the past, archived, deleted, and replaced by a quiet line in Britain's history books. It's poetic, really. The couple who once sought independence might finally get it in full, but not in the way they imagined. No royal rank, no shield of status, just two people facing the world without the institution they once rejected. And for the monarchy, this could be the reset it has long been waiting for. Yet the royal storm isn't over. While Harry and Meghan face their potential downfall, another royal couple is now under fire. In our next deep dive, we uncover the shocking reality behind Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson being stripped of everything. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. This is Star Spotlight, where I'm building a new legacy of truth, intrigue, and untold royal drama. For even deeper, unfiltered coverage, join me on my new channel, Royal Spotlight, where the crown meets controversy and every secret finds its light. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because the palace walls are whispering.